Bright green light.
Okay, so it's being recorded, so. Okay, it's being recorded, so put your microphones on. Thank you.
Okay. Do we need to start over, or are we okay?
No, you're good.
Okay. First case is 225 East Market Street, demolition of existing steps in their entirety to grade level, prep and form work areas. For installation of new concrete steps, install new concrete steps according to standard regulations, integrate color to match existing steps as closely as possible, color to be chosen by the owner. New concrete steps to match existing profile, bullnose edge. The effect of the change upon the general historic and architectural nature of the district is covered under 1731.09 subset A of the codified ordinances of the City of York. Someone here to discuss that project?
I'm here from the masonry company.
Okay, great. You want to just tell us anything that's not included in the
Can you
notes
come up
about
to
the
the
case?
Thank you.
No, I think everything is pretty much in there. I think maybe, are you Nancy?
I am.
Yeah, okay, so I think maybe last year another company came in to do kind of the same thing and got approval, but we're doing the same thing. Basically, the steps are unusable at this point. They're really messed up, so they called us, and instead of using stone, they want to use concrete. It's more affordable for them, I suppose. So we're gonna make sure everything is the same in profile and color. We can use a concrete kind of dye to make sure that it looks the same color, shape it so that the front is the same shape and all those types of things, so.
What about those,
Handrails? Or
The
the,
pillars on the side?
yeah,
As of right now, they just asked us to do the steps, and I believe we're gonna give them a price of a railing, but I believe we need approval for maybe you guys for that.
because isn't it just like the very top, it's kind of busted up looking?
Yes, so it's that top platform plus the steps. They didn't ask us to replace the pillars as of right now, so we gave them a price and all that just for the steps.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to be certain that I think it's granite, the stone base at those stairs was just gonna remain, and it seemed like it was in good condition, so,
Yes,
yeah.
it is, yeah. We're not doing anything with the pillars on the side.
No, not at this time. They'd like to not to go with the pillars at this time. It's just the steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you had, with the previous approval, was it Dennis or Craig, you had said that there was a concern you were having, was it removal of the plinths? I think that's the proper name of
yeah,
it. Yeah. on
and
either
I
side.
thought there were also handrails.
I thought we had approved something with handrails,
Yeah,
but,
I thought we had approved replacement of handrails.
right.
Do you know anything at all about the handrails? Are they just being removed and put back in?
There are none. They don't have any.
There's
here.
the-
Yeah,
The photos are in your packet, Craig, there are none.
I think they want to get some at some point, but that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine code would require it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That, to get the permit, I would presume that,
Well, unfortunately, we don't have Steve here.
Yeah, but I do know that when you go to get the permit, they're gonna need to have the handrails up there.
Do they use this entrance?
Not right now, they don't, and I'm not sure, in the past what they've been doing, but.
Everything goes in the side.
Right, right. So I don't believe they've had handrails up there.
I feel like if it was established that that entrance wasn't being used, we could probably get away with
I
it.
believe.
Yeah.
And I spoke with the representative when I went over and took a look at it, and his name is Adam. He told me that they don't use it.
Well, a logical conclusion is if they're going to go to the expense and labor of repairing these, they want to use them. In which case, I think they probably need the handrails.
Right, so when I went and looked at it, he mentioned handrails, but for this particular project, right now currently, they didn't want to include that, but they do want to get handrails.
Yeah, they may, the permit office may allow a replacement in kind without the handrails right now, but, or maybe they'll just allow this to be done without you know, a permit for just this and, you know, they require before they give it any kind of occupancy or final sign off that they put the handrails on. I mean, Steve is the one that can answer that one, because ultimately it's his call. So, I mean,
I just know what I've heard,
okay.
you know, through the permit process. And I've heard a lot of, even when I was a zoning officer and sat down there with the PMIs, they would come in and say, well, you know, this person or that person has to install the handrails. Just that even at houses, they went to inspect. That, well, and I'll use an example. My house has handrails on it and the bolts were gone, so it didn't pass inspection.
I think
Well, looking at the pictures, and you were on site, you have a better feel for this. It doesn't look like there was any provision for hand railings in the past.
there weren't any,
Yeah,
obviously.
so I think you're probably right, grandfathered.
Yeah, well, and it,
That too,
yeah, it's kind of gray area.
yeah.
as to how
One-
they-
one way or the
it's
other.
really up to the building code official and his interpretation of it.
Yeah, it's really not our
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, ultimately, if they, you know, if they require handrails sooner rather than later, you'll be back here with a submission. And there's examples all up and down the block of how you should make them look, so, either, you know, basically a wrought iron or something that simulates that appearance is what would be required here, so.
So you're saying that you guys are going to require that they do the handrails at this time? Or-
No. If they're required, you'll be back here sooner rather than later, yeah, yeah. The person who, Steve Buffington is the building code official, and he's not here tonight, but he would be able to tell you what his call on it would be.
okay, well, absent the issue of the handrails at this time, we're just looking at the steps,
Correct.
yeah. So,
I mean, I can make a motion that the replacement of the steps only be approved as submitted with the color, nosing profile, tread configuration, tread depth, let's put it that way, to match existing, and the riser heights to be equal in height. That's something the permit office will, because I remember we talked about that last time, they're unequal riser heights. The way it's settled and the way the sidewalk's been raised at the bottom, and they'll want those equal. So you have to, the bottom will get a little higher and the other ones will probably.
you'll have to figure that offset.
Yeah.
Yep.
But your top, your next to the top step, if you consider the top one's at the door sill, the next to the top one would have to be the same.
This is
Tread
just the
depth, and then the other two would be equal. But I assume you're gonna match all of that.
Yes.
When, how do you adjust?
And that the plinths
Well, because they would just basically take out this section and
be
then
preserved in kind
equivalent rise.
Did you say
and
clip?
not be replaced.
Plinths,
Existing.
Call them
the plinths in the-
plinths, I
in the
think
granite
that's what
base.
that,
PLINTH.
I think that's what they're, would be the proper way to
Are you-
refer to it.
Are you planning to resurface those wings as well?
It's not in this project, again, they
Okay.
want to get them done, but not.
Oh, yeah, it is to see.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, okay.
Okay, so
that's the motion. You have that, Craig?
Shermeyer, you made the motion, right?
Basically,
Yes.
Has
You're
anybody
editorializing.
seconded
This
it?
thing is subtle.
well, I'm getting the I hope the flavor of new concrete.
Sorry, I didn't know if anybody seconded it yet or not.
What do you think we should do, young man? I'm voting the way he's voting.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to accept the application as presented, which includes the retention of the existing dimensions and rises of the step, treads and
The risers will change,
the rises will change, the depth of the
will
treads
stay,
will
yes.
stay, step dimensions. Let me just do a parentheses here. Tread depth
Are you following that discussion of the risers?
retained.
So,
Okay,
Yeah, it's like two equal ones and then a real short one.
yeah.
So they're all gonna be adjusted slightly.
And I think your top one isn't the same as the one at the door sill is not the same as the other ones either anymore.
It's like 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah.
So we have a motion, is there a second?
Second,
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Motion is approved. So what is the status of council? Nancy?
Oh, the status is they do it right away for me. So she will, approve them. If not tomorrow, it'll be Monday. Doesn't wait. Well, let me rephrase. So council is meeting on Tuesday, so it may go till Tuesday, being that it's just till Tuesday, okay? So typically, they're meeting once a month. So on the next HARB meeting, she'll do it right away because it would be too long of a span in time. But being that they're just meeting on Tuesday, possibly then. But as soon as I get the approval on the, from city council, it goes to Charlie,
Yep,
and then she will let you know,
okay,
okay?
perfect.
Uh-huh.
What's the step after that? What's the process like after that? Do we just then apply for the permits or?
Well, did you already start applying for the permit? Is that why she had you go to HARB? Or did she just,
Charlie told us to come and talk to
okay,
you guys.
so then, yes, you will then apply for, she'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
But then you'll apply for the, permit, and it'll go through the proper steps in the process of that. Can't tell you how long that is. I sign off on them pretty quick, but especially since I already know, I'm sitting here, and since I already know, what was approved through HARB.
Sure,
So, but the rest of the approvals, I can't answer for that,
okay,
okay?
all right.
Thank you.
All right,
Good luck with your
Thanks.
project. Yep.
You
Okay.
too.
The second case is 231 South Beaver Street, repairing the rear porches on all 3 floors of the building to replace with new wood or PVC board, replace railing with new aluminum railing, installing a steel fire escape.
So, the rear porches, they're deteriorating a bit. Some of the decorative wood is rotting away. We've had some work done in 2018. We had a capital campaign, and there was some patchwork done to them. And there was a piece of unpainted PVC about 6 feet long, just kind of slapped in. Nothing's really been done with that since that time. The railings themselves they were sort of an ornate baluster in between, and they got covered with vinyl many, many moons ago. They're not very secure anymore. The wood's pretty depleted. We would like to put something more substantial there. The columns on the porches, as you can see those, they all feel substantial. They were supposed to be checked out. On the first floor, though, if you look at the first floor, and if I'm going too fast and you need me to stop, just please tell me. On the first floor porches, those columns are covered with a vinyl post cover, which didn't make any sense in the first place. It's the only porch covered like that. We want to make everything match. Just bring it back to life, make it safe. So most of it's cosmetic. The structure, I had pulled soffit away to check the structure out. The beams that come through are all in very good condition. Of course, our contractor can verify that as they're working through it. If something would arise, we would address it. That's pretty much it for me on the rear porches. The fire escape is really the bigger issue here, I think. We wanted to try and plan it so that it doesn't impede with what you see from the alleyways. With the interior of the church, we have those stained glass windows that follow back the walkway. And it's kind of a nice little nook, especially since the courtyard was redone. So initially, it was proposed that the fire escape actually bump out off of the rectory wall and into the courtyard. But I altered it so that we could really put it against the wall in the walkway, and it kind of stays out of visible sight for the most part. And this is vague, I understand that. There's going to be some more engineering that would have to go on with it, possibly including a steel structure that kind of goes from rectory to church and pins against, there's a column on the churches that it could actually rest behind, you know, so,
But in any case, this is all in the breezeway,
yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm.
out of sight.
Can you even, I'm trying to look, I can't get Google down that street. Is it even visible?
No.
Barely.
This
Because
is,
it's tucked between the church and the rectory, and, yeah, is it even visible from the alley?
no.
Okay.
You've got, this is my church, so,
Yeah, I thought you went there, yeah.
yeah.
You had said that.
I'm buying churches, buying indulgences.
I didn't know that about you.
No, you cannot see that breezeway from Beaver Street.
No,
It's
yeah.
hidden by the front of the rectory.
Yeah, obviously not, and
Yeah.
then Cherry, the only place you can see it technically is from Cherry Lane, I guess, a little bit.
You can't even see it from there.
Okay.
It's
I'm going up
so,
Cherry Lane now.
it's
trying to
so
look.
offset.
Oh, yeah, the school comes out back to Cherry Lane,
Yep.
and yes, then the back of the school is blocking it.
It's invisible
Yep.
from any street.
Yeah, I think we can say that fire escape's not visible from a public street or way where you're locating it, so you can barely see the back of the rectory here.
Yeah.
Okay, from Cherry, so, okay,
And just to note, the colors that we would do for the porches would match existing. So the
Okay.
cream color would be the railing, and then the brown, we would stay with a Bahama brown, cocoa royal, whatever it is. And then the fire escape would probably be black, unless you would like to see it. I don't know that it matters.
I think I'm fine, and it's just paint, you can always repaint it if you
Yeah.
don't like it.
We would advise you not to replace the PVC
Okay,
cladding.
okay.
Just, it seems like it's gonna save time and money and particularly in painting, but what you end up with rotted wood,
Yeah,
as you see,
yeah,
so.
agreed. Thank you. Anything else?
What's the matter with the metal fire escape that's there now?
Oh, there is none. And we've got a third floor resident. We have one staircase that goes the whole way to the third floor on the inside. And that's at one end of the house. He's on the other. It'd be nice to be able to have him, have a
Okay.
decent way down if he needed it, or anybody for that matter. We
Yeah.
do have, occasionally we have seminarians coming and staying, and they'll stay for a night or two, on their way through. We have extra bedrooms all throughout the house. So if people need a place to stay, or priests come over, or, we have an event, something like that, it'd be nice to know that we kind of tried to do the best we could to make sure they have another way out. It's been a long time coming, in my opinion. That porch has been rotting for years, and it's always been on the list to be a part of a parish project, and volunteers come in and take it on, but it's a pretty immense project for people who just want to volunteer to do stuff, so.
I know all about volunteers.
They mean well, right? Everybody means well.
I would spend the week before getting everything together for it. Buying the paint, buying the paintbrushes, buying the gloves. Be easier if me and my helper just did it, and
Since no one's speaking up, I'll make a motion, we approve the application as submitted. The fire escape is tucked between the church and the rectory and not visible from a public street or way. And the porches, we'll make a note, also are barely visible from Cherry Lane. Cherry Avenue, whatever the name of it is there.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded to approve the application as presented, in part because neither activity is easily or clearly visible from public right-of-way.
And the proposed treatments are not inappropriate
Which is from
to the historic fabric of the rear of the house.
Is there any other question or comment on the application? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Motion's approved.
Abstained, but who cares?
It had it been,
It's his church. He owns it. So he should abstain, but he didn't.
had there been any controversy about this, I would have
If you were
abstained.
a Sup-
Teasing you.
If you were a
Teasing
Supreme
you.
Court justice, then you definitely
No, if he was a Supreme Court
wouldn't have to
justice,
abstain.
He would have taken you on vacation.
and go on vacation and,
If there had been any controversy about this, I would have abstained. But this is pretty cut and dry.
thank you very much. Good luck with your project.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too.
See you, Don.
Okay. I don't see anything else on the agenda to come before the board, and if
What's this 460 West Market,
460.
the cracked lintel?
Oh, that's just the staff review, because you guys said staff review.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
had emailed that
okay.
out.
Huh?
Yes, I
Little
remember.
weeks ago,
I
yep.
remember.
Yep, so I always
Yep.
just include my staff review in your packet,
Okay.
so you can have it.
Yep, that was just a replacement in kind, so.
I think we're good.
And did I understand you to say there is a new person coming on the board?
There's an alternate that has been sworn in, so, if Robin and/or, what's the other, Lauren doesn't show up, that young lady could come in. I have to contact her, and I have to include her in our HARB, mailing, our email list. So, I mean, she can attend if she wants. Now, if Robin shows up and, is
We
here,
haven't
then, you know.
Seen Lauren in like,
Over a year.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
so,
I think
but-
Lauren, by, virtue of the fact that she has not been present for over a year, is no longer on the board.
So I will email her to ask her if she wants to formally resign, or I
Yeah.
think you as the chair can formally resign her.
Yeah, I mean, she has not met the requirements.
2 meetings
Okay.
in a row.
Yeah, I mean, we acknowledge the fact that she was going on maternity leave and made, I think, very reasonable, but we're outside of a year, so I think she is no longer a board member by
There doesn't
definition.
seem to be a lot of interest in it. Robin at least responds. Now, Robin, we need to meet our requirements because she's a real estate broker. And that, she fills that broker role. And finding brokers are very difficult. There's lots of agents, but apparently not a lot of brokers. And I believe city council, this goes back many years, but there was, back when Genevieve Ray was on council and they were talking about modifying the HARB ordinance, and some of the people involved with HARB at the time went through a lot of meetings and was working with council, and then different council members that were in favor of it resigned, and it kind of all just died. There was talk about
Literally?
There was
Oh.
talk about changing the requirement from broker to agent, which I thought PHMC told us we could do, but I don't remember it. I mean, you're talking.
It was a
15
long
years
time ago.
Long time.
Yeah.
So do I have to formally let Lauren know?
Before you do that,
Reach out
Take
to her,
a-
find out
take-
if she's still interested.
take a look back, because
I
I
know
could
that's
be
the
mistaken, but
rules. It is the rules, because it's the rules from my other
I know,
boards, too.
I know, but
Okay.
I think she was at a meeting that we had across the hallway, and I want to say maybe it was the same night as they had the Halloween party.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think she was at that meeting, October,
what month is
late
it?
October.
Okay, so you want me just to reach out to her and find out if
Yeah,
she...
double check on that, because I do think, Craig, that she's been here within the year.
And see if she still has any
I wasn't
interest.
at that Halloween one.
I was here, but I don't recall
Make it in time.
seeing her. But
I could be wrong.
You could be right.
I could be
don't know.
wrong.
But again, the amount of time, even if it isn't a year, the amount of times, that would be 9 months.
Okay. I'll just reach out, see what's up. But I will also add, I will add the young lady who is an alternate and let her know that she can come. If we don't have a full board, she is able to sit
Right.
up here and
I
vote.
think that's good.
So even though if Steve was here, she, and Robin isn't, and Lauren isn't, she could still,
Right. I think the real thing with Lauren is, when have we heard from her last, and is she still interested? Because she doesn't seem to respond to emails or anything.
yeah, she doesn't comment. She
Doesn't comment, doesn't, exactly.
Every once in a while, Robin will, so.
Correct. Yes, I think Robin's still interested. Yep.
Okay, are we adjourning? Okay.